Sorry, hang on. There we go. So, to create a new preset, tap on the expanded menu, hit create new. And we are presented with a canvas of infinite possibilities. Sounds delicious. There we go, now I can jam. So, this is my tech, Seba. Everyone say hello to Seba. Nice, and if I'm in the way of the TV, just give me a shout and I'll move. So, this is the grid. We're presented with an infinite canvas of possibilities. Signal comes in here on the left, goes out here on the right. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a preset using scenes. Has 4 different sounds. We're going to do a clean tone, do like a crunch, edge of breakup style thing. We'll do a rhythm tone, which as I'm stood here with Rabea, could only be stereo, so we'll get to that. And then we'll do a soaring lead tone, all good guitar heroes need. And then we'll add in some spices. So, let's start with a clean tone. To add an amp, simply tap where we want to add it. In this case, we want to use this Bogner Vishnu 20th clean we've been enjoying. Job's a good one. Go home now. Now we need a cab. Again, we tap the screen, tap cab, guitar. Let's see. We want a 412. 69. Nice. Let's do it. Where is it? Am I going past it? There she is. So, an amp in a cab. No time at all. As it's a clean tone, let's add a bit of compression. There's compressor. And so I'm doing everything on the touchscreen, but also these foot switches are also rotary encoders, so if I want to change the ratio here, pull the input back a little bit, add a little bit more makeup. Very natural feeling thing, so rather than editing parameters with your eyes and you're trying to get to a number, you're doing it by listening and you don't have to look at the screen. Super intuitive and way more important than you may realize. So, compression. Come on. What clean tone would be complete without some reverb? We've got a lush plate here. Again, I can just pull back that mix using foot switch A. And why not? We'll add a bit of delay because vibes. Reverb delay or delayed reverb? Delayed reverb. Delayed then reverb. Yeah, okay. Sweet. So, in about 2 minutes we've just smashed out a clean tone. We haven't really had to play with much. Kept it super simple. We've added a bit of compression, reverb, and already we're on something usable. Let's see if we can get this amp into crunch territory. So we're in scene mode. Scene mode on Quad Cortex allows you to change multiple parameters at any one time. So going from scene A to scene B, we can control many different parameters. Super easy to set up. If I tap on the old amp here, and I tap and hold this gain control, this icon indicates that it's now scene assigned. So if I go from scene A, scene B, and on scene B, I crank that gain a bit. Scene A, scene B. We'll do this with the master as well. We'll compensate over here on the output. So now going from scene A to scene B. We're changing 3 different controls all at once. But we can go further with this. Let's add an overdrive. And we recently spent some time in Japan, so in honor of that, we're going to go with a Rabea. And so what I've done here is I've scene assigned the bypass state of this Rabea. So from scene A, where it's off and we have a clean tone, C and B. There's quite a large volume jump there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap and hold on our output here to bring up our lane control output. And we can even see and assign the volume here. So scene A, fine, play. Scene B. So now we're matching levels between our sounds, and it's as easy as that. You tap and hold the control, you scene assign it, you change it where you want to be in your scene. It could not be easier. What I'm also going to do here is I'm going to tap and hold this mute control to scene assign this. So we've, to recap where we've been, a clean tone, a crunch tone. That's taken us all of about 5 minutes. So, let's get heavy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to mute this top lane using this mute control. You'll see that. So now scene A is open, scene B is open, scene C and D is closed. I change row 3 here, input 1. This one for multiple out, and I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to have this muted on scenes A and B. So what I've done here is I've created an entirely separate signal chain. So on scene A, this top chain is open on row 1. Scene B, the same. Now on scene C, this one on row 3 is open. I'm going to make use of all the real estate that Quad Cortex has. Crunch tone, right? Let's grab an amp. Rabea wants a soldano. I am not one to get in the way of that man's choices. So that doesn't sound good on its own, but we found a cab earlier that we liked. So I'm going to copy device. I'm going to go down here. And I'm going to paste it. Pretty chunky. As I'm stood here with the king of stereo rigs, let's dive into that world. Tap and hold in between the lanes pulls up our splitter menu. I'm going to drag a split here, a mixer back here. And I'm going to use the pan controls to turn this into a true stereo rig. And what are we going to do? Let's pick a cab first. Let's go for this vintage 3001. And in a different amp, something that plays nice with a Soldano. We recently introduced a diesel model, the Herbert. It's one of my favourite amps. So selfishly going to choose this. Let's push the master here a bit. So the same as we did earlier, I'm going to scene assign this volume control and just pull that back a little. And as it's a heavy rhythm tone, it would be silly not to put in some kind of tube screamer. A slight bit of feedback there, a bit of hiss. On our input path, we actually include a gate, so you don't have to use a block. Let's add that, and we'll also scene assign the bypass, because why not? Now, no hissing. So to recap where we've been in the last 10 minutes, a clean tone, a crunch tone, stereo rhythm tone. just going to add this settings on these amps completely stock. All I've done is load them in and then open the master a little bit just to give it some balls. We haven't done anything more than that and it already sounds amazing. Obviously helps this beautiful Music Man guitar with bare knuckle silo pickups. Product placement. Sweet. The last thing we need to complete this, an epic lead tone. So how do we do that? Well, we already found a delay that we liked. Let's copy that. Add that down here. Super quick. For the lazy amongst us, mostly me. This is the massive time saver. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to scene assign this bypass on both. And in this scene, turn them off by double tapping. And then on scene D, and I'm also going to go into our gate here on our input. I'm going to turn that off on the lead tone. Just pull that back a little bit. So using this output control, you can add a little boost as well. So in 10 minutes we've gone from nothing to a clean tone, a crunch tone, a stereo rhythm tone, and a soaring Guitar Hero lead. For 10 minutes work, but there's more tricks. So, who caught Rabea's performance earlier on today? No one? Sick. Nice. So Rabea was playing a few tracks, and those tracks were in about, what, 4 or 5 different tunings, and at any point he didn't change guitar or change tuning. How do we do that? I'm glad you all asked. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up alternate tunings, all just using Quad Cortex. To do that, I'm going to copy our scene C, which is our rhythm scene. I'm going to copy it along the bottom here, simply using the copy scene feature. So now, all these scenes across the bottom are just our rhythm tone. A pitch block where the magic happens. I'm going to scene assign its bypass state here, pitch, and the mix. Why not? So on scene C it's off, scene E will be on, and now I'm directly in control of Rabea's tuning. Do we have a jam, mate? That's a new musical piece we've been working on together. Be out on Spotify later. So, we can drop Rabea's tuning by 1 semitone, by 3. Let's go low on this one, let's see. For our 8-string friends. And then this pitch block can also be used as an octaver, so let's set that up. Drop this by 12 semitones. So, in 15 minutes we've gone from a nothing to a clean tone, a crunch,